Check it out, friends. It was just a couple years ago that Milwaukee introduced a whole new line of laser levels at one of their virtual pipeline events. Today, I have a brand new addition to that laser lineup, and I think this one is going to be one of their top sellers. Let me explain why. All right, so you can see on my garage door right here, these are the original 5 lasers, and they go from lowest cost all the way up here to the highest cost. So I'll just quickly explain each one. This one is a USB 3-point laser. It only has the points, it doesn't have any cross lines. The next one is a USB cross-line laser. The next one is the same thing, but it also has plumb points on the top and on the bottom. And then from there, they go to the M12. This is the cross line with plumb points again. And then the most expensive up here, this is the 3-plane laser. So the new laser that Milwaukee just launched is going to fall right in between these two right here. And I think that this is going to be the one that's going to be very popular. If you're going to spend the money, you're probably going to want to go with either this one or this one. That's my opinion, but after you watch this video, let me know which one you would go with. Now I'm on the other end of my garage. There's the lasers. You can just see how they put the lines all the way up there. And then over here, this is my battery charging station. This is what the plumb point looks like right there, and all the lines. But first of all, you're probably wondering what you get with this. It comes in a kit. Let me show you. So here's the model right here, 3624-21, 3-year tool warranty, 2 years on the battery. You get the laser, you get one CP 3.0 battery, and that's going to give you 9 plus hours of runtime. And then you're going to get the M12 charger, a target, and then a carrying case. So here's what the carrying case looks like. I do have a couple extra accessories in here to show you that would go really well with it. And this has molded foam, and inside the molded foam it has the cutouts for the laser. It's just very easy to figure out where that goes. It locks in place right there, keeps it nice and tight. Right here is your target card. It has magnets on there. So I'll just show you when you use this and you're at a distance and you're trying to hit your target. You can just see how that really lights up that target. So then if you have a spare M12 battery, it'll store right there in the foam, which is nice. I think 9 hours is going to get you through your day, but just in case, you have one right there as a spare. And then this right here is an accessory that I highly recommend. It's the 165-foot laser detector. So if you're going to be outside in the bright sunlight, you can go all over the place and this will find that line. Where if you're using just this in the bright sunlight, you might be lucky to get 35 feet. But if you're in really low light situations like dusk or dawn, you can see this laser just fine outdoors. All right, then when it comes to doing drop ceilings, there's this accessory right here. This is a clamp, as you can see, that clamps on your top track. And then right here is some metal that the rare earth magnets will lock into place. But it's a little bit difficult to go up and down with that. You could manage to make it work and get it perfectly lined up. But the easier way is to get this accessory that works in conjunction with this. So what you would do, this has the magnets there. You lock that in pretty close to where you want it. Then on the back here, that will lock in right there. And after you clamp that onto your top track, you turn that knob, you have your fine tune adjustment. So if you turn it that way, it will do a micro adjust going up and down. And then speaking of micro adjusts, this has a knob for the laser itself. So you can see right here, if I turn this knob, this micro adjust, that it slowly moves that in place. So the goal is to try to line that up as close as you can get it and then use that knob to get it finely tuned. So the great thing about this case right here with the foam, if you decide to invest in these accessories, they will all fit. Check that out. So what I'm going to do is take this setup right here to a commercial setup. It's a gym where I'm helping someone install a very large projector on a lift. So let's go check that out. So this portion of the project is putting the projector dead center of the screen that's already mounted on the wall up there. So we put the laser down, and then you can see that line goes all the way up to the ceiling, and it shows us on that unistrut where we want to put our bracket for the projector. As you can see, it turned out perfect. This definitely made the job go smooth. When you turn that on, you can tilt that a little bit. You have that little plumb point right there. And then at the very top up here, there's going to be a plumb point. I'll just show you on that line itself. You can see that dot. That's the other plumb point. So it's not going to be an isolated point, but it is going to be a noticeable dot on the line. All right, so you might notice this plumb bob right here. So this has been around for like over 5,000 years. The Egyptians used this to build the pyramids, and this is the most accurate way to see what's plumb. It's just a straight line down. This is pretty heavy. So if you look at this setup, that has a very accurate point. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go on the top of the lift and mark a spot with some painter's tape on the ceiling, which is about 22 feet up, and then a little dot on the floor. And then we're gonna use the plumb points on this right here to see how accurate these two line up. Here's a look up on the lift, up about 22 feet with the plumb bob and a line. And I'm gonna put a little piece of green tape next to that line and then down on the floor. And we'll see how accurate that laser is.
God, is that ever accurate?
So right there, it's on the dot. And looking up, it's right.
You can see the dots, the corner of the dots right on it.
Yep, right on that tape right there.
Yep.
Right on the side.
Yep, that's, wow.
All right, Raz, how accurate was that laser?
I love that laser.
Was it accurate?
Extremely. We did a plumb bob, a real live Egyptian plumb bob, and we turned out to have a NASA dead center on the LEDs. I'm really impressed.
Nice. So another test I want to show you is the line thickness at some different distances. In some of my previous videos, people have mentioned that it looks like from a ways away that the line is kind of thick and not very accurate. What's kind of weird, I don't know, I think the eyes play a little bit of a trick on you. When you're further away, sometimes those lines do look fairly thick, but then you get up close to it and you can definitely see like they're thinning out, and you can see the center part of it. So you wouldn't really have any problems. You're not struggling trying to figure out where the center of the line is. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, 63 feet over there. Let's take a look at the line. Pretty easy to find the center point of that line right there. All right, so let's take a look at some of the specs on this. So the working range is going to be 125 feet with this. If you get that laser detector I showed you, that's 165 feet. So the accuracy is plus or minus 1/8 inch at 33 feet. So when I saw the Milwaukee lasers for the very first time, they're definitely more robust and just more built like a tank than what I thought they would be. I've reviewed some other ones that were quite a bit smaller. These are really built to last. So I'm gonna give you the dimensions on these in a second. This has a 1 meter impact rating. If you can just see how it's built, it's just made to withstand the job site conditions. All right, so on the length here, we have 6.77 inches. The height, 5.9 inches. And then the width is 3.2 inches. And the weight, 2.25 pounds. This has the IP54 rating, which is water and dust resistant. So another spec I have for you is called the fan angle. So you can just see with the housing right there, that's kind of in the way, so the green lower line doesn't start till further out right there. But when you go straight up, it does actually go back a little bit. So this has a 165-foot vertical fan angle. So it's nice that that line goes back behind that plumb point. So if let's say you're an electrician, you're trying to line up some can lights or get some other fixtures in a row, this is going to work really well for that, especially the fact that the line goes straight up. And then when it comes to the horizontal fan angle, then that's 210 degrees. So you can see how it goes back behind that plumb point there. And you can't really see it over on this side, but it does go back behind that plumb point there as well too. So another one of the accessories that you can get with the lasers is this tripod right here. This is, I'd say, very reasonably priced. It's a little bit, I would say, lighter duty than like the lasers itself, but so far mine's held up well. So it's kind of like a typical camera tripod in a sense. It has that mount right there that's like the 1/4 inch mount. So you can put that on right there and lock it in. Or it has this 5/8 11 mount right there for like some of the heavier duty laser tripods. So this is very simple to operate. You can just see it has the off, the on, and the on with the unlocked. So when you're trying to have it seek level, you put it to the unlock. That's where I'm going to use it most of the time. But if you put it to the lock position, let me show you how that works. So now it's locked, and it's going to blink like once every probably like 8 to 10 seconds. So let's say you want to do some type of an angle, maybe you want to do some type of handrail or some type of ceramic tile or woodwork, and you want to do it at an angle. So you could put this on a tripod or something to lock it in place, but it's going to blink just to let you know that it's out of level. So one of the things I like about this laser right here, it's just so simple, like right out of the box. To me, it all makes sense. Like you almost don't even need to read the instructions, although I recommend it. So what you do, put it to the unlocked. That's where I'm going to be using it because I want it to self-level. Then you have your mode right there, and you can just toggle on the mode, so you can do the vertical and the cross line or just the horizontal. So you have your choice of all those other ones right there. If you're interested in seeing more information on this laser right here, maybe I left something out, I'll have a link to this down below to the Home Depot website. There you can see the current price on it. You can see some other reviews, and then there might be some questions and answers. All right, so I saved the box of this because I thought this was pretty cool to point out. So when it comes to the green laser on here, if you're wondering how it compares, these are the competitors, and this is the brightness level. You can just see the Milwaukee one is way above the other three right there. So I've noticed when I've used this inside a big gym and outdoors some, that it's definitely a nice bright laser that will help you get the job done. All right, if you're interested in this laser right here but want to see a little more information on the others, I have individual reviews that I put in a playlist that I'll have over here that you can check out. And if you enjoy tool reviews, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot more videos, tool reviews, and projects that will be coming out soon.